What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in for another fun video, guys. We're going to be doing a review video on the Pizza Club Turtles for the Haulathon 2024. Now, guys, there's a lot of great review videos already out there on YouTube, so this is going to be more about a comparison to last year's Haulathon, which is the style guide turtles that I do have, and we need to answer one important question here. First of all, what are the differences between the two? And the really big question, and the purpose of this video, is I need to figure out of these turtle brothers, which one is a better fit for the NECA TMNT Toon van. So without further ado, everybody, let's dive into the video. Alright, guys, like I already mentioned, there's a lot of great videos out there already doing full reviews on these. So just as a quick touch base on the box and the box artwork, these are supposed to mimic VHS cassettes that we had as kids. That is sort of the purpose of the Pizza Club turtle figures that we get here. Each one is numbered 13 all the way to 16, so you can put them in numbered order in your display if your heart desires. One fun fact that you probably already knew that I did not know right away is actually the slogans on each single one of these is actually part of the intro theme song to the TMNT cartoon back from 1987, which is the best. Matter of fact, let's play it real quick. Well, guys, that is the theme song. This is a quick recap on the boxes and the artwork. Let's go ahead and take the figures out and actually do a quick recap on them and then compare them to the style guide turtles from last year. Alright, guys, I have the turtles outside the box, and obviously you can see here, I have them compared to last year's Haulathon, the style guide turtles, which is the light green turtles, next to the Pizza Club turtles, which are the darker green. So real quick, outside the, taking them outside the boxes, Leo and Mike were on the stiffer side. I had an opportunity to already kind of warm up Leo in my previous video. You can see Mike, I kind of left him alone to have a chance to put a little bit of heat to him, get his joints a little loosen up. The other two are came out pretty reasonably loose, not in a bad way, in a good way. So that's sort of how the figures come outside the box. We're going to dive into the slight differences between the two, and then dive into actually the question I'm trying to answer in this video is, which one is a better fit for the van, because we need an excuse to buy more turtles, as always. So as far as accessories are concerned, I still have most of my accessories inside the boxes for these turtles. The last year 4-pack came with a ton of accessories. These come with some really phenomenal accessories for each single figure. I would say last year you got a little bit more face expressions, but not everybody, I think, is into the 4-pack, although I would say majority of us probably would prefer a 4-pack because we want all 4 brothers to begin with. There's obviously some collectors that just have a favorite turtle and that's all they're really collecting anyway. So from that perspective, I think the single boxes people do like, but it sucks if you're trying to collect all 4 and people do run into situations where they find them but they don't find all 4, so that's pretty frustrating nonetheless. So utilizing Donatello as our example here, the differences that we're going to see between the turtles apply to all 4 of them. So looking at Donatello as an example, if we look at the style guide Donatello, which is the light green, if you bend his knee, and this is for all of them including Leonardo, the knee pad stays on the bottom part of the knee, and that's kind of how it articulates. But if you move the new Pizza Club Donatello, or any of them, like I said, even Leonardo, the knee pad will move kind of on, well, it's not stuck to one part of the knee. You could see articulations on the top and bottom, and that's sort of the only differences I see between the two figures from a mold standpoint. So let's chit chat about the paint and the color differences real quick. So obviously the biggest difference between the two here is the color of the green. Obviously this being a darker, more accurate color, I think, to the cartoon series. This being a lighter, but yet I think, and to my opinion, slightly more appealing look. Make them look a little more animated. That's kind of why I initially got them. I didn't care, if I didn't mention this already in the video, I didn't care for the Turtle in Disguise brothers or the original one. Something about, even though they're very similar dark green here, it was something about the finish I didn't like. I didn't care for it, so I just didn't go for it. But the lightness of the green, even the accessories as far as Donatello's stat, using that example, is paint a little differently with the new one. It's got, I would say, even a little bit more accurate white tape going around to show that this is a weapon, versus the other ones, there's really not a paint difference. It looks more like a toy. Moving along, even the purples or the blues, any of these colors we're referring to, they are different. And I would actually say, I didn't even notice this initially, but the back shells are brown on the new Pizza Clubs, where the style guides actually have a very dark green to the rear of the shell. The front shell is both yellow, which I like, where I believe the Turtle in the Skies, their shells are not this yellow. I can't remember what they are, but they're not quite this yellow. The belts are different, the letters are different, and we're going to kind of see which colors match up better with the Turtle Van, because I think the Turtle Van green on here will match better with the Pizza Club. But I'm starting to notice that this front shell here might match up better with the yellow on the Turtle Van. So this might be a very interesting video nonetheless, guys. Let's dive into it. As I already mentioned, this is not an in-depth review on each single figure, but I will mention real quick, I'm going to tell you guys what I think is the best accessory, followed by the worst accessory that you get between these brothers. As you probably already know if you watch any other videos, or if you have this set yourself, most of us are in agreement that Donatello's spinning effect here is freaking amazing. It's very high quality. The paint job is great. It comes with a separate hand pretty much that goes into this piece here, which is going to make some killer dynamic poses you can do with Donatello for sure. I would say the worst accessory actually comes with Raph, and that is his sides here. They just, I don't know, they might be Toon accurate, but they look, for the sake of argument, well, stupid. Once again, though, lots of cool accessories for a lot of these turtles. Mikey's got that cool, I really like the fish display down there. So if you did get the very expensive diorama set from NECA, they're on their second one for Donnie. I think each one's $300 plus tax plus shipping. You know, these will be some phenomenal accessories to go with it. I get it if you're a collector and you just felt like, you know what, I need to have that piece, you got it. But nonetheless, guys, I think I chewed your ears off enough about kind of just the figures, and I want to dive into, I think, which will be the fun part of the video, which is which one of these sets actually is a better match for the NECA TMNT Turtle Man. Alright, let's do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into sort of really the main purpose of my video, is trying to figure out which set of brothers do I want for my Toon van here. Now, I have it currently displayed with the new Pizza Club turtles because I think I am leaning towards them because they are indeed the darker green. Now, fun fact though, I was kind of hoping that this green would match the primary green that you see on the vehicle, but it is definitely off. It seems, and I hope I could show you guys now, that it actually seems to match the closer to the darker green that outlines the the van itself, kind of like, if you want to call it the shade, like the shading maybe. So that green seems to be a closer match to this. Overall, I think it's pretty close to this, and I think from a display standpoint, I do like the idea of having these darker green turtles to go with the van versus the light green style guide turtles. I don't know if I mentioned yet in the video that I actually never went for the Turtle in Disguise, but now I'm starting to wonder how much of a match they would have been. It's just something about those figures, I didn't care for the finish on them. They just weren't appealing to me, so I decided to save the, you know, whatever at the time it was, $125, $150, and I went after the style guides, got them. I was happy with that. So first things first is obviously, you know, these particular turtles do match pretty well with the van. I mean, pretty much any of them would, you know, from a scale standpoint. Now from a color standpoint, as I already mentioned, the green is pretty close to what appears to be the green that outlines the top of the van. So not this green, not this medium green, but the more darker green that might be like some sort of shading. I don't know if I want to call it that, but we'll call it that for the sake of argument. It does match pretty well. I already mentioned in the video, I believe, that some of these guys are a little bit more stiffer. They're having a harder time standing up. If I bring out my style guide Leo here, it doesn't really take much. He stands pretty easy. I think once I get these guys loosened up, they'll probably stand pretty much as easily, considering it's pretty much the same figure. Now, obviously, this green doesn't match, and some people might like that. The argument you can make when you're looking at these two, right, is that the lighter green does offer some contrast to the turtle line. And the other thing I want to point out, if I go ahead and I remove my Mikey here, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put him off to the side here. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I can. Ironically, the style what is it, style guide, the light green turtles, the front shells actually match the yellow in this van. So that is interesting, and it does make the argument, right, that I could also utilize these turtles for the van, because the yellow pretty much on the front shell here matches the yellow on the van. So I thought that was fascinating. They also do a much better job, like literally standing anytime I want them to. I mean, Leo's having a pretty easy job just standing. Now keep in mind, I've had a chance to mess with this guy, get him in a position that I liked. Still haven't messed with the Pizza Club Leo here, but that's sort of the purpose of the video, you know. So comment below, guys. Do you guys have the van? Do you have both brothers? When I say both brothers, being the Style Guide and the Pizza Club. You might even have the Turtle in Disguise. I think a lot of collectors, when it comes to the actual main characters here, probably are all in. So comment below which ones you have. If you are utilizing a particular set for the Turtle van, which one you would or are using, and which ones do you recommend? So I am definitely leaning towards utilizing, I'm going to put my Leo back here, but I am definitely leaning towards utilizing the Pizza Club turtles, I think, over the Style Guide turtles here. I think I could put these in a different display with a different setup. So they are pretty cool, but I'm going to go ahead and put him back. I'm going to put Mikey back here. And I think this is how I want to display them. So once again, comment below what you're voting for, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this video up, guys. So you know the deal. If you made it this far, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and comment below. I do want to interact. I want to know your guys' thoughts, and then maybe I'll do another upload, maybe a short video, so you guys can actually see how I display these guys, and if I indeed go with the Pizza Club, which is what I am leaning towards. But guys, it was a fun time making this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. I am out. Peace. Take it easy.